All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're talking about MediScan AI. And this isn't just about code and algorithms, ones and zeros. This is about creating a powerful new ally for doctors in the very real fight to save lives.
And really, this one question, it's the heart of the whole project. It's such a simple but profound idea. What if technology could finally give us that safety net for our completely overwhelmed healthcare system? But what's so powerful is that this question wasn't born in a boardroom. It came from a real, personal tragedy.
Because, like so many powerful innovations, this one didn't start in some sterile lab. It started with a loss. And this is where it gets really personal. The whole idea for MediScan AI was sparked by this human cost. A routine X-ray actually held the clues, but because of delays and a lack of specialist access, they were missed. It was just this heartbreaking moment that pulled back the curtain on a much, much bigger systemic problem. And here's just how big that problem is. In India, there's just one radiologist for every 100,000 people. Just let that sink in for a second. To put that into perspective, a lot of developed nations have 10 times that number. So this isn't just a local issue, it's a global challenge. It strains everything, and it means critical diagnoses can just slip through the cracks. This is the crisis that MediScan AI was built to solve. So, faced with this incredible challenge, what did the team do? They got to work. They built a solution designed from the ground up to be that tireless, ever-vigilant second opinion. So what is MediScan AI, really? At its heart, it's a super smart diagnostics tool. It uses some seriously advanced deep learning to look at medical images. We're talking X-rays, skin scans, you name it. And it spots the signs of disease with incredible speed and accuracy.
Now, this is where it gets really amazing. Just look at its capabilities. We're talking 94.2% accuracy on chest X-rays for things like pneumonia and TB, over 91% for skin lesions, over 93% for diabetic retinopathy. This is not a one-trick pony. It's a multi-talented diagnostic assistant. But here's the thing. All the accuracy in the world doesn't mean a thing if doctors don't trust it.
So let's pop the hood, right? Let's take a look inside and see how the platform is designed not just to be smart, but to be transparent and, most importantly, trustworthy for the doctors who actually use it. This is all part of something called Explainable AI, or XAI for short. And the whole idea is pretty simple. The AI doesn't just spit out a yes or no answer. It shows its work. It uses stuff like GradCam to create these heat maps that visually show the doctor the exact spots on an image it's worried about. It gives a confidence score and even shows which features led to its decision. This way, the doctor can actually follow the AI's logic. And this right here, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? For any doctor bringing in new tech, especially in AI, it all comes down to this. I mean, if you can't understand why the AI made a decision, how can you possibly trust it when a patient's life is on the line? Well, here's how they make that trust a reality in the real world. The AI doesn't just analyze images, it plugs right into the hospital's workflow. It does what's called intelligent triage, so it flags the most urgent cases to get them in front of a specialist immediately. Then it automatically generates reports in over 10 languages and puts everything into one single, easy-to-use dashboard for the doctor. It's all about making their job easier, not more complicated. Of course, building something this game-changing was never going to be easy. The team ran into some pretty big walls along the way that they had to figure out how to climb over. Okay, so first up, speed. Initially, a single analysis was taking up to 30 seconds. Now that might not sound like a lot, but in a busy clinic, that's an eternity. Through some serious optimization, they managed to slash that down to under 2 seconds. That's a 10-fold performance leap that makes this whole thing practical in the real world. Another huge challenge? Finding the needle in the haystack, spotting those really rare diseases. Medical data is naturally unbalanced. You have way more normal cases than rare ones, and that can teach an AI to just overlook the unusual stuff. But by using some clever techniques, they boosted the detection rate from a kind of shaky 68% all the way up to a much more reliable 87%. So, after all that hard work, did it actually make a difference? Did doctors buy in? Well, this chart tells the whole story. Initially, trust from clinicians was hovering at around 45%. But once they rolled out those explainable AI features we talked about, the heat maps, the confidence scores, look at that jump. Trust skyrocketed to 89%. Doctors weren't just using a tool, they were collaborating with a partner they could actually understand. So where does this all lead? What's the end game here? It's about a whole new vision for what healthcare can be, one where human intelligence and artificial intelligence finally work hand in hand. The results, honestly, are just transformative. You've got accuracy hitting 94.2% on chest x rays. That's right up there with, and sometimes even better than, human specialists. And that incredible performance, combined with being able to see how it thinks, earned it a massive 89% trust rating from the doctors who actually put it to the test with real medical images. And the impact goes way beyond the clinic. By potentially cutting diagnostic costs by 40 to 60%, think about that. This technology could make top-tier healthcare affordable and accessible for so many more people around the world. And this is probably the most important point of all. The goal here was never, ever to replace doctors. It's all about collaboration. It's about giving them an assistant, a partner that can handle the massive volume of work so our human experts can focus on what only they can do: patient care, complex cases, and that crucial human connection. Which really just leaves us with this one amazing question for the future. As AI becomes this indispensable partner for every doctor, what's next? What new frontiers in medicine are we going to be able to explore together?